Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. I thought I'd do a little video about some of the stuff that I use. So I'm starting here. This is a clip. It's a very strong clip and it attaches to a sort of bookshelf that I have on the side of my desk, which has an arm which holds my phone, or a phone, when I'm looming. And that is how I record my tutorials. I just use my regular old iPhone. I found that one was actually the best to use. As far as hooks and everything else that I use, I only have two kinds of looms. I have the Rainbow Loom, obviously, which you've seen me use, and I also use the Rainbow Loom little monster tail for some things, and I have the twist and loop. Now I have a variety of different numbers, like I have, I think, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 of these, because they snap together like Lego almost. Let me see if I can show you. As you can see, they sort of have these holes in them. Now the downside, and they snap together like that, so you can make them big and long. The downside of these is there's no opening, so if you wanted to make something that to fall through, you actually can't, and that makes those a bit restrictive. As far as the hooks that I use, I really love these Clover Soft Touches, and I have a 2.75 and a 4, and I really like those. They're nice to work with. I have the Crochet Dude hooks, and one is a 2.75, and that fits my mini pony beads down very nicely. It's the one with the silver tip. The one with the green hook is a 3.75, and that's a nice one to loom with as well. I have a variety of other ones with the Soft Touch, a 3. This one is a 3.75, and this one is a 3.5. They're my preferred size hooks, and I sometimes take those in a little carry case that I have. I also have a single Rainbow Loom hook. I prefer using this one for when I'm doing things like with the monster tail, or when I'm making the skirts or something like that. That is the best hook, because it's got a deeper, I feel it has a deeper, if you look at the hook on that, it's a much deeper hook than the others. These are the scissors that I use. These are from Michael's, and they're really sharp, and they were relatively cheap. They are, let's see if I can get that in focus for you. Bead Landing is who makes those, and they were really good. Now there's also, let me see if I can line them up here for you, the different size beads that I use. And the largest one is a pony bead, and the one next to it is a mini pony bead, and then the tiny one is a seed bead. Now the seed bead is a size 6 seed bead. This middle one, I believe, is a 7 by 4mm mini pony bead, and I have no idea what size that one is. Over to what I use to store my bands in. Well, I have a box which I have excess bands in, so bands that I have bought that I don't want to run out of colours, so I have extra ones in this box, and I have bagged them all together. So as you can see, this is a bag of all my different greens, and this is a bag of all my different blues. How I actually use them, I store them in these cases, as you can see, and I use these cases, and when you open these cases up, each case has a lock to it, and then as you open these up, they have these little containers, and each container has a lock to them as well. They weren't exactly cheap. I got them from Joann's, and I think I got some from Michael's as well. You can get them on Amazon. I really like them. They have saved my bacon so many times, just because if I drop one it's not going to go all over the place, which is fantastic. What else can I tell you? I've been having a lot of questions about where I'm from. I was born in England, and I lived in England until I was 17, and my family is all still in England. My father, my natural father, moved out to Australia when I was a baby. He and my mother were divorced, and I went to Australia and met him for the first time when I was 16. I always knew he was in my life, but you know, I hadn't actually sort of met him too much. So I moved to Australia when I was 17, and I lived there for 25 years, and I consider myself, even though I speak and sound very British, I consider myself probably more Australian in nature, very laid back kind of. But yes, Australia is I'm a dual citizen, so I'm English and I'm British and I'm Australian. I now live in Missouri. My husband is American, and when he and I met, we decided, because we wanted to have a family, that I would move to America so he could still work and I would be a stay-home mum and raise our little girl. And so that's what I've been doing. And as you know, my little girl, her name is Isabella, and hence Izzalicious Designs. And that's my cat busy talking. I had 2 cats. We've only got one now. He's 19, and he came over from Australia with me. A couple of things I wanted to touch on. One thing you guys need to know is that all of the comments need to be approved by me. I approve the comments before they get seen on my channel. The reason being is some people make, you know, some pretty disgusting comments, and frankly I don't need to see those, and I don't think any of you do either. So if somebody makes a rude comment or is obnoxious or is foul, I delete and ban them from the channel, no questions asked. I'm not about to engage in any of that sort of rubbish. That being said, I love all your suggestions. Thank you so much. I do have a to-do list, and I do add them to the to-do list. The to-do list is getting very long, so it's going to take me a while to get them all done. I only loom when my daughter is not with me. She is my priority, and at the moment, because it's summertime, she's only doing summer camp on Mondays and Thursdays, so that's when I get to record my videos. And then I try and edit them during the week when she's busy doing other things or playing. But that's why summer is going to be a little bit slower than normal, because she's when she's back in school, she'll be starting 1st grade. It's easier to record when she's at school and not trying to help me. Some of your comments, I had one that was saying Elsa's arms, she doesn't have gloves on. That's fine, darlings. Don't put her with gloves on. Do it just skin. I don't mind. Somebody else said that Ariana had red hair instead of brown hair. I have no clue who Ariana is. I'm sure she's absolutely delightful, but I'm sorry, I don't know who she is, and I don't know what colour her hair is. I googled her. I saw a picture that I thought would be fun to do, and in that picture her hair was brown, and that's why she's got brown hair. Somebody else was telling me that things were creepy. That's your opinion, and I really value that if it's a valuable opinion and if it adds value to anything I'm doing. I was always brought up with, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I really do like constructive criticism, but if you're just going to say something nasty for the sake of being nasty, just take it elsewhere, because I'll just delete it. What else do I need to tell you? Oh yes, so all these things where you're saying, you know, she doesn't wear this dress, and Belle has pink shoes and Snow White has yellow shoes. Do that. That's absolutely fine. I've found a picture on the internet and I've made it according to the picture. If you want to give somebody bright sparkly pink shoes, absolutely do it. It's up to you. I don't care at all. What else can I tell you? Please tag me. I absolutely love seeing things that you've made that were my design. It gives me a huge buzz I feel like a grandma that you've spawned this new little offspring, and I'm like, oh, look at that, that was mine. They've done it really well. They've loomed it better than me. So please feel free to tag me, whether you tag me on Instagram or if you post it to the Facebook page or whatever. That is awesome. I love to see it. If you're going to use some of my design in something that you make, that's lovely. That's great. I mean, the whole thing is about teaching people, but it's really nice to give credit. And I'm not saying that if you design something that is different from mine, that you have to say that I designed it. I obviously didn't, you did. But it's really nice if you were to say, and this was inspired by, and you give credit where credit's due. Other than that, I'm just absolutely blown away by you guys. I have a little credit section at the end of some of my recent videos, which I'm going to keep doing, which just basically says thank you to all of you guys, because without you there really wouldn't be any point in designing anything. And I'm really grateful that you're following me. I'm really grateful for all your great suggestions and ideas, and I try and answer you all, but sometimes some just slip through the system, and I have to say I'm useless at Instagram, so please bear with me on Instagram. I'm really trying, but I find that program really difficult to get my head around. Feel free to message me if you have questions. I really don't mind. And most of all, again, thank you. This is a fun ride, and I'm really glad you're all on it with me. Take care. I've got to get back and do some tutorials. There's some people waiting on me. My to-do list is long. Take care. Bye bye.